On September the 6th, 1967, in Canton, Ohio, singer and actress Natalie Renee McIntyre was born. And for those of you who don't know who Natalie Renee McIntyre is, maybe you know her by a stage name, the one and only Macy Gray. Although Macy was considered by some as being a late developing child because she didn't really hold conversations with anyone until right before her 10th birthday, she began taking piano lessons at age 7 though. She attended more than one high school, including a boarding school which asked her to leave due to her behavior. In the late 1980s, when she was attending the University of Southern California, she agreed to write some songs for a friend. A demo section was scheduled for the songs to be recorded by another singer, but when that singer did not show up, Macy just recorded the songs herself. From there, in the early 1990s, she just started forming bands and writing songs for fun. A friend of hers asked her to be a singer in his jazz band. When she agreed, he gave her many jazz CDs and many jazz CDs, and from them, Macy went on and taught herself how to sing from them jazz CDs that her friend had given her. So, jazz was a big influence, I would say, on her singing style. And it kind of shows. She eventually met writer and producer Joe Solo while she was working as a cashier in Beverly Hills. Together, they wrote and recorded several songs in Solo's studio. Although Macy herself didn't consider her unusual voice a desirable singing voice, Atlantic Records signed her to a record deal. As she began recording her debut album for Atlantic Records, she was unexpectedly dropped from the label. At that point, Macy's moved on back to her home state of Ohio. In 1997, a Los Angeles-based music executive convinced Macy to return to music. She began recording songs based on her real-life experiences with new sounds and all of that, and then started shopping the demos to record labels. In 1998, she landed a record deal with Epic Records. Later that year, in 1998, she released her debut album called On How Life Is, which was a worldwide smash hit, mainly because of the single I Try, which was on that album, and that is the most commercially successful song by Macy Gray by far. That's the most commercially successful song by Miss Macy Gray by far. I Try. Other notable songs on this album were Still and Why Didn't You Call Me? With the success of her debut album On How Life Is, she actually got a chance to be in movies such as 2001's Training Day. Although she had a brief role in the movie, it was kind of brief in the movie Training Day, it was a memorable role that she had in Training Day. Besides Training Day, Macy was in several other movies as well over the years. So, she was in several other movies, had roles in. So she was doing her thing on the singing front and on the acting front. So, yeah, making it happen. In 2003, she released her third studio album called The Trouble with Being Myself. This album was loved by music critics, and she scored a hit from the lead single, When I See You. From 2004 to 2007, Macy basically took a break from recording new music, instead opting to release greatest hits albums and basically live albums, live performance albums. In 2007, she released an album of all new material. And the album was called Big. And it was regarded by critics as being one of her best albums to date. And it also was looked at as a comeback album of sorts for her to the music scene. So, yeah, Big 2007 from Macy Gray. One of the songs from her 2007 Big album, What I Gotta Do, was featured on the soundtrack for the movie Shrek the Third. In 2008, Macy launched a controversial new campaign under the name Nemesis Jackson, with the song released under this new campaign, Slap a Bitch. So yeah, that was in 2008. In 2009, she recorded the song Don't Forget Me for the movie Shopaholics, Confessions of a Shopaholic. So in 2009, she recorded the song Don't Forget Me for the movie Confession of a Shopaholic. In 2010, she released her album The Sellout. One of the songs from that album, called Beauty in the World, was featured in the final sequence of the series finale of ABC television series Ugly Betty. That same song from the Sellout album, called Beauty in the World, was used as a theme song for Microsoft, who had created videos to promote the Internet Explorer. So it was used as a theme song for multiple videos created by Microsoft to promote their Internet Explorer. So yeah. Of course, with all this going on with the song, Beauty in the World was one of the hits off of this album, along with another song on the album called Lately. They were the two standout hits on this album, The Sellout, from Macy Gray. In 2012, Macy Gray released Macy Gray Covered, where she covered previous hit songs. One of the songs that she covered on this album was Here Comes the Rain Again from the Eurythmics. But yeah, it was just a song of covers, of Macy Gray covers of previous hit songs. In 2013, on the 40th anniversary of the classic album from Stevie Wonder called Talking Book, Macy recorded a cover of the whole Talking Book album in tribute to this legendary album. Stevie Wonder's album, Talking Book, was released in 1972. But like I said, in 2013, Macy did a whole cover of that legendary album in tribute to the greatness of that album and on its 40th anniversary. Real cool, real cool. And she did a splendid job, but it was a real cool album. In 2014, Macy released The Way, the album The Way. It really didn't have any notable standout singles on that album, but it was regarded as a solid album overall. Moving on to 2016, was released of Stripped by Macy Gray. And this album is regarded by many unanimously as her greatest collection of new songs in her catalog or the album. This is regarded by many as her best album of new material. Stripped, 2016, Stripped. It's unanimously liked by many, almost unanimously praised by many critics. So yes, Stripped by Macy Gray. Although it didn't have any commercial hit singles, it wasn't about that. It was about the quality of the music and just the originality and all of that. And it was just her voice and the talent. But yeah, like I said, it's highly regarded. Stripped. Check it out if you haven't heard it before. It's worth a listen. Stripped by Macy Gray. To date, Macy's last album of all new music was released in 2018, and it was called Ruby. And it had mixed reviews. Ruby had mixed reviews, but it was like I guess it was an overriding opinion that it was basically a solid album. Not her best, but it was regarded as a solid album nonetheless. Thank you, Miss Macy Gray, for sharing great music with us all and exhibiting your talent as an actress in movies. And hopefully you'll grace us all with some new music soon, or be in another acting role, or get another acting role soon, and we'll see you on the big screen soon. But like I said, thank you. I have no doubt that we'll hear from you again in some form or fashion. We'll hear from Miss Macy Gray again in some form or fashion. I have no doubt about that. She's did a large collection of work up until this point, and I don't see her slowing down too much or retiring at this stage right now. So look forward and look out for Miss Macy Gray. But God bless her, and I hope she continues to shine. With that, please feel free to like, share, and comment on this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. After subscribing, please click that little notification bell to be notified of any new uploads from the channel. Thank you all for your support. I truly appreciate it. With that, I am out on this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace! One love. Stay safe.